That was fun.
Get the cat in.
Okay. Where's the bubbles?
Here she goes. Come on.
Come on, Dago.
No. Come on.
Dago, come here.
Come on.
Come here.
Come on. Let's go see.
Come on.
Let's go see. Come on.
That's it. Come on. What's this? Come here. Come on. Come here.
She's thinking, look at all these dirt. I can put her in.
Yes. Just hold her
Come on.
and take her up.
Okay.
Whoop. Haha. Let's go.
There we go. Let's go see.
Let's go see the house, Dago. Let's go see the house.
That's Mum.
Hey.
Hey.
Come here. Come here. Come. Dip, dip, dip. This way. Whoopsies.
Also smell the other people as well.
Yeah.
It's okay. Come on.
It's all good. You can explore.
Go first. Yes. So, we found a house. Finally. Didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Dargo's very excited about it. As you could tell.
So what's this?
So, we're in Marco Polo. I'll edit this bit out.
Do you want to check that that's okay?
Let's move the coffee out of the way. So we're in Marco Polo.
Mm-hmm.
We're now living in a house until the end of the year-ish.
Yeah.
We need to be back home by mid-December. Unless the world locks down again.
Yeah.
Remains to be seen.
It remains to be seen.
So we're here. We have our residency.
We do.
We are now Greek residents.
Yes. Which is not citizenship.
Yes.
People get confused.
We have been in here just over 6 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only 2 weeks ago we got the residency.
Yeah.
Even though we started trying pretty much the day after we moved in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, which you'll see now.
A lot of back and forth.
Yes, we'll have a look at that now, shall we?
Yes.
Yes. Kind of.
Kind of.
So, hopefully you've just seen future us, all very happy and smiley,
Yeah.
with all of their problems in the past.
Maybe.
Maybe. So obviously you can't just come and live in Greece for as long as you want. So we need to we need to get residency cards. There's no costs involved in doing that, other than mental costs.
Fuel.
So the first thing we needed was proof of address, which a tenancy agreement would cover. However, as we only want to rent for 6 months, apparently there are common scams from the UK where people will try and rent a property for 6 months, and then they'll pay a month and they'll come on holiday for that period of time, and then they'll disappear, leaving the landlord high and dry, so they get cheaper holiday accommodation. Due to that, for short-term rentals, you now have to pay in cash, which the landlords... We did sign a contract directly with the landlady, and that's all been fine. We've also had basically a legal version of that contract filled out and seen to. So it's not a tenancy agreement, but it is
an official document that gives us a proof of address.
Yes, verified to live at this address, which we can use for other things, allegedly. So we got that today. We're all paid up with the landlady because you have to pay in advance so that we don't leg it. Or if we do leg it, she's not out of pocket.
Yeah.
So the next step was to get a tax code.
Mm-hmm.
We're in AFM number.
Yes, after me.
It's basically a national insurance number, isn't it?
Kind of,
Kind
not
of.
really. That's the confusing part. So in Greece, there seems to be two numbers in relation to tax. One is your AMKA
Yeah.
number, which is your social security number.
Okay.
So that's your national insurance number.
Yeah.
The other number, the AFM or AFIMI number, is what seems to be just a tax identifier across Greece. And you need that for anything and everything. That's internet, any other utilities,
Banks.
mobile phones, banks, everything, buying a car.
And we read up online. Obviously, you have to go to your local tax office, which for us is a couple of towns over. It's only about 20 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
You know. And we were told all you need is your passport and proof of address.
Not even that, just passport.
Oh, just passports.
Just
Oh, we didn't even
passports.
need proof of address. Just went down with passports. The other advice we were given is how it goes kind of depends on the mood of the person you're seeing at the time. So we got there, we found the place easy enough. He decided he wanted our passports, which we had, and he wanted
Proof of address.
and then he wanted our residency card, which we don't have. So we thought, okay, we have everything we need, but we thought we had everything we need to get proof of residency. If this guy wants to be like that, we'll just go and get it, we'll bring it back. He also gave us a form to fill out.
Yep, the M1 form.
Which is all in Greek.
Yes.
But
I painstakingly sat there and translated every word.
yes, at some point we will upload a completely translated version of the form into English.
Yes. If you urgently need that, just comment underneath this video and we'll send that to you.
So we thought, okay, if he wants to be like that, we'll go. Because we were going to do that anyway today, go and get our residency card. But you have to go to your alien centre.
Yes, Alien Bureau at your local police station. Not every police station has an aliens bureau, but all aliens bureaus are within police stations.
Okay. So we had to go a little bit further out of town.
Yes.
The other direction, down to
Lavrio.
Again, the guy didn't really seem too interested in...
He was very shouty.
I think he wanted to just get back to his... I don't know what he was doing. Maybe we disturbed his lunch break or morning break. I don't know.
His second breakfast.
But we needed our passports, which we had. We wanted... if you're a European citizen, EU citizen rather, your e-hit cards.
Yes.
So that's what they look like. They're free.
If you've travelled in Europe, you should know what it is.
You either need one of those or private healthcare in Greece. So you needed that. We needed proof of address, which we thought we had. He then decided that wasn't good enough. We needed some other form. So we put him on the phone to our landlady, and he talked very, very fast.
Very fast and very aggressively.
And you also need, it's 4,000 euros each.
Yes.
In a bank account. So we had that. He then said it must be in a Greek bank account, which you can't open unless you have a tax number, which the guy at the counter told us we couldn't get unless we had residency.
Which brings us back to where we started.
That's where we started. So we filled out one of these forms. So that's an M1 form. This is the blank one. We filled one out.
Yeah, with my details.
And we're going to take it back to them and make sure that's all filled out fine before we fill out this one. If he then decides to inform us that we need residency permits, I say, well, no, because we need a bank account and we can't open an account without this number. So what do you want from us?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's where we are at the moment. So, of course, all these being government places, they all close at like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Which by the time we filled out one form, we haven't got time to go and get there before they close now.
Well, we've been to 3 offices today, 3 government offices today, so that's quite an achievement here in Greece.
I mean, there are alternatives if you don't have a Greek bank account. He said he would accept if you have a Greek friend, so you can put your money, your 4,000 euros each, into their account, and then they give you
a bank check.
Like a bank check, I assume that's some sort of receipt of transfer or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you don't have to have a bank yourself, but a Greek bank needs to have given you 4,000 euros each.
Yeah.
But we don't know anyone here well enough to do that, to give 8,000 euros. So we had to try and get our AFM number and open a bank account.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Is it?
No. Yeah.
Who knew moving countries would be so complicated?
So yes, it's now the day after. I don't know what day we're on. Armed with our new information, we went back to the tax office. Same two guys were there, just as unhelpful as yesterday.
Longer queues at the front as well.
Big long queue at the front. He also recognised us. Wanted to know if we had residence permits. We said no because we need this number to open a bank account to get this permit. Then what he asked for visas.
Yeah.
So,
And I was just like, we're EU citizens, we don't need visas.
then he wanted he told us we needed a tax representative to then give us some sort of foreigner tax code, basically. If
Yes.
you're earning tax abroad.
Yeah, if you're still a tax resident in another country, they can give you a non-resident AFM code, AFIMI code. But apparently for that, you need to have a tax representative, so somebody who is a tax resident in Greece. You need their details and their permission signed document to say that it's okay for them to be your tax representative. Sorry. Now I know for a fact that that's not true because that's for third country nationals, i.e. outside of the EU.
Yes.
Which we are not yet. So
Yeah.
I was kind of just like,
So
I know
we
it's not right.
So we were quite disheartened. His only suggestion was get an accountant.
Yeah, there are accountants down the road. One of them will do it for you, and we're like,
Thanks,
no.
Betty. So we went and we sat, and George, I think he'd actually been trying to phone me.
Yeah.
So I missed calls off him. That
Oh.
might have been after I tried to phone him. Got hold of George, who gave us an update on the form Martina's needed to fill in for our residency proof of address.
Yes.
We also require AFIMI numbers for that. And he said, go to the police station where you went yesterday. They will tell you how to get an AFIMI number.
Yes.
I thought, right, okay, so we thought we'll go there and we'll just tell them, look, they're not letting us we've been to the tax office, they're not giving us a number. We basically said that, the guy checked everything through. He said, no, all you need is your passport and this form. Tax office down the road, go there. Went there, queued up outside again.
Yeah.
Did it.
Yeah. All you needed was the form and your passport. And a copy of your passport. Always have copies of everything.
Yes, photocopy everything.
Yes.
So then we went to the bank. Again, a bit of a queue. We didn't know, banks closed at like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Did manage to get seen. The guy said he needs...
Everything that we have, plus a little bit more.
Yeah, so we just need a utility bill, which doesn't have to be in our name at the address. It's just to prove that the address exists. So we needed that, and that was it, really, wasn't it?
That and the
contract.
contract.
And the contract, which we need for our residency anyway, which we can now get because we finally have our AFIMI numbers.
You need these AFIMI numbers to do anything and everything in Greece.
Yes.
Even the rental contracts, they are done based on your AFIMI numbers, AFIMI codes. It basically, on the TaxisNet system, it links the landlord's AFIMI code to yours and says that that's whose house you're staying in, basically.
So we've got them now. All being well, depending on how well it goes, we get this contract sorted, which is a matter of time, not a matter of any difficulty.
Yeah.
Because someone else has got to do that, all right?
Yes.
Martina's accountant.
Martina's accountant is handling that.
Yeah, so we just need to send them our stuff, and then once they've done it, we can then go to and we need a utility bill from Martina, like a water bill or something. Then we go back to the bank, we open our account, we put our money in there, then we go to the police station, get our residency, and then we're Greek residents.
Yes. That's
Easy.
Things go well.
It's easy, though.
Third time's the charm.
It's easy. Okay. Day. It's been a while since we've had to say it out loud. I think it's 295 or 296 or maybe 294.
Or a day at all in any number.
Is it a day? We know it's Thursday, but we potentially have some progress with our residency progress.
Too soon.
I said potentially. We have documents from the electric company with the address and names on them that match the contracts we need to sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. That may be enough for the bank, it may not be enough for the bank.
Let's find out.
We think we may be able to get our residencies without Greek bank accounts.
Yes.
Because the guy who oversees the residency applications said that all we needed was this contract signed. He didn't mention that we needed Greek bank accounts, so it might be that he doesn't really care. You know, a lot of things in Greece depend on the person you're dealing with and their mood. So we'll see, and if not, then we'll have to go and try and open a bank account. The only reason we want to avoid needing the bank account stage for our residency is that we'd have to transfer several £1,000s into the account, which then comes with a transaction fee, changing sterling to euro.
Yeah.
And then back again when we move it out. So that's a lot of money with a lot of fees. We'd rather avoid that if we can. If we can't, we can't.
400 meters, turn left onto Elpidos.
So it's back to Lavrio for us.
Again.
Hooray!
We should just move to Labrador.
So that didn't go as well as hoped.
No, not quite. But
But-
it never does.
No, we made progress.
We did it.
We're one step closer. So you get your FMA number.
Affy me.
Affy,
Yes.
God damn it. Affy me. Then you have to sign on to, well, we've had to sign on to the online tax system basically.
Yes.
So that we can sign the contract that proves that the address we're stopping at is the address we're stopping at.
Yes.
But you have to go into the tax office to get a confirmation code to then do that. So we went and did that. Turns out we both filled out the forms wrong, and due to a mistranslation, they don't want your father's surname,
No.
they want your father's first name,
Unknown reason.
which seems odd, which in your case is the same as your last name, which kind of worried me. I thought she might think there's a mistake again,
Yeah.
but that all went through, that was fine. So it took a couple of goes for us to get that right.
Yeah.
So once we get this contract signed and printed out, the only thing we need then is the €4,000 in a bank account. Now he did say, this is new information to us, if you don't have a Greek bank account, a banking check will do. Now we don't know what that is. I wonder whether that's something like a traveller's check, which I don't know what that is either. Okay. So that's something we can look into. We're going to go to the bank to get that done, but banks close at 2 p.m. here. So that's not happening today. We know that if we need to, all we need to do now is we can go back, we can get these contracts digitally signed and get the files ready to be printed off at the printers. Then we just need to open an account or whatever with the bank, do the bank thing. So worst comes to worst, we know we have everything now.
Yeah.
There was a gesture there.
Well, we've known we've had everything from the beginning. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. At the moment, it appears we have everything we need. We will see. So that last video was we just been to the bank, and they told us that we need utility bills and the contract.
Yep.
We don't need utility bills from our landlady, but the problem with that is this isn't her home. Summer home for her aunt.
Yep.
So no bills came here with the address on it, and none of them were in her name because the name they were in is of someone who's no longer with us.
Yes.
So we had to wait a while for... Thankfully, we had a landlady who was willing to help us.
Yeah, that is a big plus.
She went above and beyond to help us get these. So we eventually got those. We went back to the bank. Now, the bank is on that drive, is about a half-hour drive to Lavrio from here. We went to the bank. We were told that the guy who speaks English isn't in.
Yep.
So we'd have to come back the following week. But the guy at the residency office, the aliens office, had told us that if not a bank account with the money in, as a requirement, we'll get onto all the requirements for residency later. You have to have a certain amount of money in a bank account each. If you don't have that, then a bank check
in our names.
But we didn't know what that was.
Yes.
And we couldn't look it up. We couldn't figure out what that was. So we tried another couple of the banks in Lavrio. The first one said, oh no, only the National Bank of Greece can do that. So we went to the National Bank of Greece. Of course, with all the COVID restrictions in place, you're stood outside in a very disorganised sort of queue.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was... It's probably not disorganised, we just have no way of asking what's happening. So we eventually fumbled our way through the door, asked for a bank check, which we understand is we give the bank money.
Yep.
And then they give us a check for that amount.
Yes.
We then take that. That's proof that we have this money coming to us, and then we go back to the bank to cancel it and get our money back. So we were in that bank, very helpful chap.
Yes.
For about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Setting up this procedure, and we were then told that we cannot transfer the money. We had to go and take it out in cash. Our cards only allow us to withdraw €300 at a time.
Which apparently in Greece the limit here is €900 at a time, which seems insanely high.
Yeah.
But okay, maybe they still do a lot of stuff in cash.
Yeah. Very disheartened. That's why we didn't record any of it. I was just in too much of a bad mood to talk to a camera.
Yeah.
So yes, we essentially wasted an hour in the bank.
It was a lot longer than that, actually, because we had the whole fiasco with the bank check.
Yeah.
And we had the lady on the phone for at least half an hour.
Oh yeah, well, because we got to Lavrio, to the first bank, the first of three banks, at 9 a.m. When they open, and by the time we had finished being faffed around, and then at the third bank, it was too late in the day, to coming on to 2 o'clock. We were in the banks for almost the entirety of their business day. Yeah. So we came home and thought, okay, next week we'll just have to go to the first bank. Because we'd already spoken to the guy before. Yep. They knew our faces there, they knew what we were doing, what we wanted. So we waited a week, we went back, and what we had still wasn't good enough. Nope. It seems like we'd given him too much information. Either, well, this doesn't line up with this. I think he's so... But you don't need... These are just extra things we have. Yeah. That you might have needed. So we needed a bill with our name on it. Name and address on it. So we thought, right, we need SIM cards. Yep. We'll go and get SIM cards for our phones. They can have the address on them. We went, we got them, we needed them anyway. Now we have Greek phone numbers. And they had a bills with our name and address on. So we had that. He also wanted proof of our national insurance numbers. Yes. From the UK. From the UK. So you have to go on the government website and get that, your national insurance certificate printed off. So luckily I had my laptop with me. So we just went to a cafe, all, millennial-like. Connected to the Wi-Fi and downloaded a PDF. Yes. Yes. Yes, whilst having toasties. Having toasties and frappe, yes. Now we had a utility bill with our name on it, and we had our national insurance number. Now we know we didn't need all of this stuff to open a bank account. We'd gone online and found a list of things we needed to open a bank account. So we can't deal with this guy anymore. Yeah. Because we've shown him all this extra information. He's seen too much. He knows too much. It would be simpler if we went in fresh with less stuff. Yeah. So we thought, right, we'll go to Marco Polo. Yeah. Which is just 5 minutes away from Porto Rafti. Yeah. And we went to another bank and we queued up outside there. And the woman in there, straight away it was clear she didn't want to deal with non-Greeks. Yeah. And she told us that the only place where foreign nationals can open a bank account is in Athens. So she gave me the address and the phone number of the place in Athens. So, right, okay, well, this is the fifth bank we've been to, and no one has told us that. Exactly. So we don't believe that that's accurate information. So then we went to another bank down the road,
Yeah.
and you went, because of COVID restrictions, you went in by yourself.
Yep.
And what was the hassle there? What did they want there?
They wanted an employer's certificate in lieu of a residency card.
Oh, okay, right.
So again, with the bank account, it's a similar thing to as you'll have seen us talking about. We need a bank account to get the residency permit,
Yes.
but they want a residency permit in order for us to have a bank account. So
Yes.
it's just a loop.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's exactly what she wanted. She's like, is there anybody who can give you an employer certificate? And I was just like, no, there is no, like, I'm not going to that length.
No, you have to go and get a job to get residency.
No, she didn't even mean that. She just meant somebody I knew who could give me an employer certificate. And I was just like, no. No love.
So then we very much defeated, and again, coming to the end of the day
Yeah.
for banks, we then came home. And I think the next day, in fact it was the next day, we phoned the alien office.
Yes.
We said, look, we cannot get a bank account.
Yep, explained everything that had happened.
The guy then said, well, if you can get our bank statements and then a receipt, a balance print off
Yep.
from a cash point in Greece.
Yep. That shows the amount required in euros.
Yes.
In that account.
Which we could do. Brilliant. Very excitedly went out to Lavrio and used one of the cash points there. That did give it us in euros.
Yeah.
Then we went to the aliens office. We gave them all the stuff.
Yeah.
We had to fill some forms out.
Yes.
And we waited for about half an hour. Came out, we had our residency things. We are now temporary Greek residents.
Yes. Mr. Resident.
Miss Resident. Which you do need, technically you need if you're going to be in the country for more than 3 months.
More than 3 months.
More than 3 months.
Like, that's not an enforceable law, from what we've found out. It's just the law states that any time after 3 months of being in a Schengen country, you've got to register.
Yeah. The main reason we did it is because of Brexit.
Yeah.
If you're a citizen of a non-EU country, the requirements for residency are
Insane.
not even exponentially higher than in Greece. So we'll go over it for anybody who isn't an EU country
Yes.
by the time you watch this and you're interested in residency in Greece.
Yes.
So all you really need, an AFM number.
Yes.
Or AFIMI.
This theoretically.
Yes, this is on paper.
Theoretically,
This is on paper.
yeah.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
AFIMI.
Yes.
All we really needed was our passports
And the M1 form.
and a form. Yeah.
That's it.
With-
The M1 form you can get from the tax office, so you have to visit them to get that form.
It's just a standard sort of personal information form.
It is. It's all in Greek. There is no English translation on that one. If you do want it, I have it translated with the guidelines, so drop me a note and I'll do it.
So you need your AFIMI number. You need a proof of address. This is for the residency permit.
Yes.
Proof of address if you own a property
Yep.
or you are renting long term, so you have a proper tenancy agreement.
Yes.
That's all you need.
Yes.
Ours, because we're renting short term, there's a lot more complicated than that.
Yeah.
But if you have an address, like a bill or a statement or a contract with your name on it, that's proof of address. That's all you need.
So your passport.
Passport.
2 passport photos per person.
Yep.
You need health insurance. So if you are in the EU and you have a E11 card or EHIC, EHIC card, then that works. If you don't have that, you will have to purchase health insurance before you can get residency.
Yep.
If you are applying for the residency permit on a financially independent basis, which is what we did.
As in, you don't have a job.
Yes.
Yep.
But you can support yourself.
Yes.
For an EU national, that you need to have 4,000 euros in a Greek bank account. That's the
Yes.
that's the
That's the
statement.
official
That's
one.
the official
in a Greek
line.
bank account. So yeah, that's it. Greek residence.
Yeah.
The plan at the moment is to stay here till mid to late November. Obviously, with what's going on, depends on which way we go home.
By what's going on, what Ben means is that Greece has officially announced its second wave,
Yeah.
and the numbers are worse than they were in the first wave,
Yeah.
and they're affecting younger
people.
citizens this time, which people, this time, which is also worrying. I mean, we were being careful beforehand anyway, but now we're trying to be extra careful.
Yeah, but it's not just Greece. It's also because our plan was to drive through Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, on the way home. But looking at COVID cases, those countries are awful.
Greece is basically surrounded by a barrier of red when you look at these maps, and it's a bit scary.
The only safe route in regards to that is to get a ferry back to Italy and then head up that way, because twist of fate, Italy is now one of the better countries for it.
For now.
Everything can change in a few months.
Exactly.
We've got options. But that does mean we are taking a break from the whole van life thing.
For now.
For
a short while.
Just to get back to the UK, and then we can decide what we're doing then.
Yeah.
I think if we have the option, because the thing with having Greek residency is we have EU residency.
Yeah.
Which gives us... obviously no one knows what's going to happen to movement rights or whatever.
Yeah.
Once Brexit happens, but it should help us get more, or retain some rather.
Yeah.
So it should be a little bit easier for us to come back here. Can't guarantee weekly videos anymore.
No, we've run out of content.
We're now no longer driving anywhere.
We just film going down to the shops every week.
We still have the podcast coming out every week, which we're very happy with how well that's doing.
Yeah.
It's quite surprising so many people are watching it, listening to it rather. It's crazy.
I still maintain they're using it to fall asleep.
Maybe, yes. Or some sort of audio torture.
Or learning tips on how not to do a podcast.
But for now, we'll just try and enjoy the weather.
Yeah, my God.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit annoying. The beach is 5 minutes away. So if you have been following our van life adventure, thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm glad you made it this far.
It is just a postponement for now, but it is a prolonged, what do they call it?
Hiatus?
An indefinite, no, not indefinite, but a hiatus.
It's a hiatus.
It's a hiatus.
Yeah. Are you happy? The cat face is happy. We've decided. We've concluded.
Yes, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because we get frappes for everyone.
We could have had frappes in the van.
We didn't have a fridge at work.
That's true.
I don't know whether we ever recorded. The fridge in the van doesn't cool to a set temperature.
No.
It cools to a certain temperature below ambient temperature.
Yeah, it's not a compressor fridge. If you're going to get a fridge in the van, get a compressor one.
Because a fridge in Greek summer just knocks it down to about 5 degrees below Greek summer temperature.
Summer, which is still above 30.
It's still hot. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Are you though?
Okay, fine, I'm not.
Good.
There you go, happy now?
No.
I miss being on the road. I genuinely miss being on the road.
I do miss being on the road, so I'm looking forward to when we get to travel back, because the temperature will be nicer. We won't have to worry about that.
It'll just be the same as it was last year. We'll be moaning that it's too cold.
No, because we'll start off in the warm, then we'll slowly be getting colder. Until we get back to the UK, and then...
It's just wet and miserable.
It's wet and miserable, because it's December. Oh well, fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's some footage of the cat sliding around on the floor.